Yo, stop. Are y'all ready for the jam? I said, are y'all ready for the jam? Yo, G, kick it.
Jam. Oh, jam. Jam. Teddy, jam for me. Oh. Teddy, jam for me. 'Cause I'm ready.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Wyatt Live 1 p.m. conversation. I'm glad you're here. We're not going to be here long. I just thought I'd get a short one in. Who with me today? What's good, Tony? Everybody tell Twin. I tell you what. Everybody tell Twin this is his fault. Don't rush me. I got things I'm doing, Twin. I will refund your money at the end of the show. Matter of fact, I'm going to cash app it to you. I'm going to triple it up for you today. Great investment is coming in here today, Twin. How much did you pay for your ticket? Huh? How much did you pay for your ticket, Twin, to be here today? Come on, put it in the screen so I'll know how much. Let me see. Get my Cash App ready. Put it in the screen, twin. Sound check, mic 1, 2. Can everybody hear this? I am offering twin a triple up on his money today. How much was your ticket of entry today, twin? Huh? I ain't gonna let you mess up my spirits today, brother. I'm in a great mood for this short period of time that I'm gonna have you. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna put it, I'm gonna put it where we are. Hey, Ed, check this one out.
Girl, words can't express the way I feel for you. The way you hold me, the way you touch me. Girl, everything you do to me, you know I like it. Don't stop now.
It is hard to cut it off, but I'm gonna do it. It is hard to cut that one down, cut it off, slide it down. It's still going through my mind right now. What's good with everyone today? We're here. Let me get everything out of here. We're here for a short period of time. I'm in an unbelievable great mood because I've been in a bad mood all day. I've been in court handling some things, and it's Friday. And I don't know who he was talking to. Somebody said, sit that little fish down. I'm not quite sure. Lamont Jones said, sit that little fish. Oh, he was talking to Donna. Donna, okay, I see it now. I see it now. Donna is up shaking her groove thing. Donna is up shaking her groove thing. Let me get squared away here. My apologies. That's good. Hey, Freestyle Friday. Today is Friday freestyle. Let's do what we do. We haven't had a Freestyle Friday in a while. The reason why I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna shoot it 100. The reason why today is Freestyle Friday because I don't have a particular subject. I was scheduled to be in court all the way up to about 3:30 today, 3-ish, but a continuance happened. So Sabrina Calloway, Queen, where you been? God, how you been? I know you shaved in a couple times. You clicked in, clicked out a couple times. I missed the hell out of you. I love good people. I absolutely love good people. Good people are energy. Am I crooked on here? Am I crooked on? Is it me? Let me just see some. I feel like I'm crooked. That sounds crazy. I feel like I'm crooked, like a crook. No, I'm talking about in the screen. I feel like I'm off balance or off to one side. Is that where we are? Or are we okay? It's been a while since I've had this particular screen set up because of the comments being off to the right. It allows me to see the conversation a little bit better. I can't read the comments when they're going across the screen. I have this new camera, but I can't see the comments very well when the comments are going across the screen. Okay, meaning like off to where the microphone is, off over here. I can't see them very well because of the background. with the black background, I can see it a lot better, so I can keep up. You know, I can kind of keep up with some of the comments. Been a little tough. Hey, Sabrina Calloway, have you guys moved the building yet? Has Jobs and Family Services moved? I thought it was mid-January they were supposed to move over. And how's that going? I know you don't have much time left over there probably. But I was just curious. Is it a good move? I don't mean was it a good idea? I mean, like, is everything moving smoothly? Do the clients have access? You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't get all into that type of stuff. But I thought downtown was a centrally located location for everyone who may be going to visit Jobs and Family Services. And the reason why I say that is because downtown has all the bus lines attached. Pretty much all of the main lines go downtown. I can't say the same thing about Bond Hill. Maybe it'll be a problem, maybe it won't be, but my thoughts are, if you have people coming from Blue Ash, now they have to ride the bus downtown and then catch, I don't know, remember what bus it is, something that go out to Bond Hill. What's the Bond Hill? The 45 or something like that? I don't remember. It's been 200. Well, it's been a few years since I've been on the Metro. I'm just saying. Should I catch them up? Hey, bro, the Metro was just not for me. I'd catch me a hot bootleg before I got on. $5. Shit, back when I was coming, $5 you could drive to Dayton damn near $5 in a bootleg. I'm just saying, $5 could get you anywhere in the city from downtown, from Walnut Hills, from Bond Hill, wherever you were. You can go catch you a hot ass bootleg. They call them Ubers now. You feel me? Folks, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I look at a lot of things. Black Lion, what's up, brother? Stick around on this one. I see a lot of things in today's world that people capitalize on that us black folks invented. You can't, and we used to get in trouble and get tickets for bootlegging across the city. I don't know why we haven't been able to, it's been a while. It's been 30 or 40 years since we've been able to generate something and call it ours, for us, by us, and keep it in that space and let it create legendary wealth. I haven't seen it from us in a long time because we either sell it to someone else and let them create generational wealth, or we end up doing something like fumbling the bag on it. Yeah. We don't know how to make it a legal thing. Bootleg cars, taxi cabs, whatever you want to call it, is nothing but Uber. And I remember when they would tell bootleg cabs, because I rode in a lot of them. Like I said, I always had a hot ass $4, $5 to get around town. I rode in a lot of them. And I'm going to tell you something. I remember them getting tickets for $20, $25 for, I don't know what they were called back then, some type of, it was an illegal taxi service. I don't know what the ticket was called, but it was a pretty hefty fine. It was a $20, $25 fine. And I mean, for my little hot ass $5, I probably wasn't worth it. But if they $5 people to death, taking 2-3, people a day in the morning, you get 10 rides at $5. That's $50 a day. Back in the day, $50 a day, that's a job. It don't sound like it, but that's a job, especially when it's tax-free. But I remember when they used to tell brothers in my neighborhood that you're interrupting taxi services. You can't cut into their money. That's against this. They pay city taxes. They pay this. You can't interrupt taxi services. You can't go out to the airport, sit in the taxi line, and ride somebody down to Cincinnati for $10. The taxi's got to get that $25 because they're paying taxes. I get it. But why didn't we? Whoever told you that it was easier to run from the police, trying to dip and dodge and all this old shit, trying to outmaneuver them? instead of just trying to sit down and structure a business. You know why? Because we're not raised that way. A lot of us wasn't raised that way in the day. We didn't have that entrepreneurial spirit. Our entrepreneurial spirit was like, man, I got to figure out. We had it. We just didn't know how to apply it. Now, y'all, hey, Black Lion, they're going to say I'm attacking black people. They're going to say that shit. But I think what I'm saying might be accurate. If we were talking about Asian people right now, I guess I'd be attacking Asian people, but they seem to have a little different approach about ingenuity. Like how they try to build something and then they try to build it to sell it. Man, that's the American way. Shit, we ain't had nothing since BET. And BET hasn't been ours for, 20 years now? Shit. Bob Johnson did a great job taking a mold and building it. Y'all, excuse me, I have my retainer in today. Some of these words are going to be difficult for me today. My dentist told me that I have to stop taking my retainer out. It is very difficult for me to talk with this thing in my mouth, to be honest with y'all. If y'all can see with this new camera, I wear braces at the bottom with a retainer at the top. Craziest shit in the world. But that's what I do. Because when I was a little boy, we didn't know nothing about the dentist. We from down the way, shit. However your teeth grow, that's how the motherfuckers grew. That's how you was going to get it. If you had lucky genes and your teeth were going to be straight, all we was worried about is them not being yellowed in a mug. Because if you had yellow yuck mouth growing up, that means you didn't brush your teeth. Feel me? But let's get back to the matter at hand. I used to ride bootlegs everywhere. Shit, I took a bootleg a couple times to a couple spots when I was DJing. And the bootleg let me put my shit in the trunk, my turntables and records and speakers. So, hey, I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking at, I'm going to tell y'all a little secret before I get into the Freestyle Friday. What was that? Let me go back and see what Sabrina said, because I asked her a question, and it's not fair that I don't answer her. Oh, okay. Excuse me. This is bothering me. This is not for a talk show host, these retainers and stuff. She said, no, they changed our date to move February the 9th. I haven't been to the new location, but the screen moves. I haven't been to the new location, but it's less of a drive for me. Well, that's good for you. That's good for you. You deserve it. You've been driving a long way drive down there this whole time. I'm glad it's going to be a little bit better for you. But I still believe I got to read this one. This is funny because this is really funny. I take these this is funny. This is from my brother, T Mikey G. All right. He says, Wyatt, you do sound a little like Stefan Pryor with that retainer. Okay. Stefan's a nice fella. I like Stefan. I can't believe Stefan was a fighter. I can because it's in his bloodline because of his dad. But if y'all knew Stefan, and I don't mean the radio or the podcast Stefan, if y'all sat down and had a conversation with Stefan wouldn't step on an ant. Stefan is one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life, bro. And I mean, he will never try to overtalk you face to face. He'll listen. He'll wait his turn to talk. Once he starts talking, you have to give him that same respect because he listened. He heard you out. I wouldn't consider him a friend because I don't use friend loosely, but I do think he's a hell of a nice guy. I think he's a super nice guy. I think if he said something about me, I think that he would probably give me the same respect. We've always known each other in a space that was respectable. And I've always tried to encourage him, just like you guys. You guys encourage Stefan. I've always tried to encourage him as well. Stefan is an entrepreneur. He's always been out there he's more of a marketing guy. And he's finally focused a little bit of that marketing skill that he has, that hustle of marketing. He's finally applied it to himself versus trying to help other people market them, market whatever they're doing, whether it's themselves or signs. He has a sign company. He's done some things that when I was in promotion and doing some local stuff in Cincinnati, he's called, we reached out. I remember he helped out on a show up in Toledo, Ohio. It was a boxing show. But what I don't understand about Stefan is his mannerisms. I shouldn't even say this because most of the guys that I know that are in the fight game that are past fighters never really were bullies or nasty people. Like in the ring, shit, you have to be, or you get your head knocked off. But one-on-one talking to them, and they're not just nice to me. These guys nice to everybody that come up or they engage it with. And they run into some nasty people sometimes because people misconstrue who they are. Sometimes they think because, and I don't mean just Stefan, I'm talking about people who are in the fight world, in the fight game. A lot of people feel like they have to be tough when they see these guys or talk to them, or they feel like they got to be the baddest man in the room with them because I'm with the baddest man in the room. They don't even think like that. A lot of them don't. A lot of them are really happy. I want you all to remember this, okay? A lot of the guys are really happy that you know them and that you appreciate what they do. They're not really high horse guys. They're not really the type of people that want you to kiss their ass and all of that. They're not that, but they still have their guard up sometimes, mainly because they run into a lot of assholes. I hate to say it like that. They run into a lot of people who want to be an asshole to them. They either don't like them because of who they previously beat up before, or they don't like them because of something that, they might see a come up, think they're going to hit somebody or say something and get hit and get $1 million. This is crazy how people deal with certain people. Everybody's come up is different. But back to Stefan for a hot second. I've never heard him say anything bad about someone. I've only heard him challenge situations. And now that's different. That's a little bit a little bit different. When you're challenging someone, you're criticizing what's going on with them or what decision making that they're making. That's not necessarily being. I don't know if there's malice there. I don't know unless he's trying to, lie or deceive someone about someone's position and he's just not telling the truth. And I've never seen him do that. Now, that doesn't mean that the information that he has is always accurate. Okay. I seen him on his podcast one time where I wish I could have just kind of reached into the camera and said, please stop. This is not making any sense. Now, if I watch 100 of his programs, this is the one and only one that just didn't make any sense to me. And then when you start saying things or going in directions where it don't make any sense, and then you incorporate things from other arguments that never make any sense to me, now you running down that rabbit hole of, propaganda. And he did a live the other day, and bro, no, I love him. So this is just me saying that I thought he was wrong. Okay. I think he's right, to be honest with you, more than he's wrong. But in this particular case, he was wrong. He was talking about, I don't know what type of store it was in Over the Rhine, but he was talking about how they no longer take cash. And I don't know how we always think that some shit that don't, it's racist or, they doing that because they don't want our black dollar or they don't want us coming in. It's not always that. Okay, let's just be honest. Some of us know that. Don't always think some shit going on in this world because people against you because you black. Ask that store owner if you want to make it racial. And I don't care what you say. I got a stat that I'm going to show y'all today. So if I piss you off, stick around because I might have the medicine that might cure you when I show you a stat. Ask the store owner how many times that store's been robbed. How many times have people come in and robbed that store? Ask them. And of course, if you're the type of person that brings up race, that they don't take dollar no more, they don't want black people in there, ask yourself how many times the people that come in them stores have been robbed, that robbed them stores, how many times they've been black. How many white boys robbed your bakery and how many black dudes robbed your bakery? How many white girls robbed your bakery? How many black girls robbed you? Just ask that question. It has nothing to do with they're not taking cash because they don't want black people in there. You know, when people say stupid shit like that, I'm going to be honest, Stefan is not who I heard it from. I heard it from some of the listeners and some of the people in the chat, and heard it from some of the people that were actually in the video, in the background and all that. When I hear shit like that, I just get disturbed because once again, when you say things like stores don't want to take no cash money because they don't want black people in here, you're insinuating that black people don't have debit cards, credit cards, or gift cards or whatever. You're insinuating that. You the one make it sound like we're less than. That you're applying that the reason why they don't take cash is because they don't want your black ass in that store. That is ridiculous. Not taking cash is a safety thing. If a person know, oh, I can't hit a lick over there because I'd have to take their digital currency. And a digital currency is going to tell on my ass because I can't take the credit card machine. That money is going directly into that business's account. Now, if I'm a crook and I'm going to rob a store, what store do you think I'm going to rob? A digital driven store or a store that take cold hard cash? But no, some people want to apply their common sense to all the wrong direction and make it about, oh, they just racist. They don't want blacks. That's the shit. Can we save the racist comments for the shit that actually is racist? Can you at least give some of us that think that shit is a little too much? Can you give us that little bit? Can we at least save some of the shit that's really racist out here and talk about that? Because I could bring up a whole lot of other issues of what's racist and what's really not racist, but it's always racist to you. I'm just trying to figure out how you still live in two Cincinnatis. Somebody tell me how you live in two Cincinnatis when the Cincinnati that you vote for look like you, and based on your policies, based on everything you believe in, based on everybody in your city that's bossed up. Are they racist because they black? Man, I was watching the news a month ago or some shit. They had a snowstorm coming in Cincinnati, and I'm watching that shit. I'm like, first thing I said is, I'm glad I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? I hate it. Shoveling shit out, my car out of the driveway. Oh, fuck all that. But anyway, I seen every important person who was making decisions of how they were going to deal with that snow that weekend. And every one of them was black. I said, look at the look at these city workers in these lieutenant roles making 6 digits. I'm not pocket watching, but I do know what city lieutenants work. I know what they make, not to the T, but I know city workers do well. So when you're looking at supervisors and people, I know they make good money. I know they make 6 digits. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at your breakdown of how these people have these really nice jobs, I just don't understand. I don't understand how we got all this. It's two Cincinnati shits. You didn't had I can't remember let me think about it. If I can go off the top of my, no, I can't remember the last white police chief. Let's see. Let's go back. Maybe the interim now. Can somebody tell me when the last well, the white was the lady, right? But we already know that she was part of the same program. You know, she was set up to be part of the program. She took the fall for everything. She's going to sue their ass, and she's going to win just like the black lady Pettis. I mean, you can see mismanagement and how people do things. Yeah, and I understand how things work. I understand all of that. But someone tell me, I just like to know, when was, other than the lady here, when was the last white police chief? I just curious. But when Stefan had the video going, I couldn't, it took me away from what I go from. I was like, bro, I'm always with you. I like Stefan. He's a hard worker. He get out there. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is killing me. He get out there. He do what he's supposed to do. Not all of it is accurate, but the majority of it is. So I always say, hey, if I was a baseball owner or a baseball manager, if I was a building a team, I'll take a guy like Stefan on my team all day long because no one bats 1,000. No one bats 1,000, and no one is going to go the whole year. If you play enough, no one's going to go the whole year without an error, without making a mistake. All right? No one's going to do it. Let me go to the phone lines real fast if you guys don't mind. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
It's Friday. I ain't got no job. Oh, that's right. I'm retired. What up, Wyatt?
Drop Squad 52 in Cali. What's good?
Hey, man, I'm gonna get this off real early because I'm seeing some interesting people in chat.
Okay.
And when I see Cincinnati's #1 freedom fighter, I know it's about to get hot. So I just want to ask you this real quick.
Sure.
A few weeks back, you were talking about wide receiver Chris Henry Jr.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I probably missed it, but did you talk about where he committed?
Yeah. Well, because I said, he's going to Ohio State. He committed to Ohio State. That's my school.
Right. Okay. So my question is, because I remember from that show when you were talking about it, you were talking with your listeners about he should go or where he should go and why he should go to this school and not that school. So what was your stance on where he should go, and do you think Ohio State was a good pick?
I think you might have it confused with someone else, but yeah, I think Ohio State was a good pick for him. But I think you have who we were talking about that particular show confused with someone else. There was a kid. Okay. There was a kid out of Cincinnati who was doing his school selection that day, and he had 4 or 5 schools that he didn't pick from yet. And okay. I knew what school it was going to be. Okay, I knew what school it was going to be a week or two before he actually made his selection, but I couldn't say anything on the air. But I did mention that I didn't like the fact that he chose Notre Dame. Okay. I felt like, a kid that's a D2 player might want to go to a school where he stands a chance to get on after 1 year. 1 year, I don't see too many freshmen ever playing at D1. Okay, not at that okay. D1 level. I just don't. It's very seldom that you see a true freshman walk in and play. So
but you can still answer my question.
Okay,
because Chris Henry played out here in Southern California at Modern Day Catholic High School.
Yeah,
one of the best programs in the country. And I was watching his documentary earlier today, and I just wanted to ask you, what was his path? Because I know a little bit about his dad and how he died and everything. How did his son end up out here in Southern California?
Well, I don't know all the details. I only know the surface. I don't know all the, too much of the backdrop. But I will say this: his dad played for the Cincinnati Bengals, the only NFL team he played for. He was tragically killed when he was into a dispute with a lady, and right. His son
he fell off a truck.
Yeah, his son was you hadn't heard anything about his son until he got to maybe like junior high. His son was somewhat adopted. I don't know if it was official paperwork wise, but his son was taken in by Pac-Man Jones. Okay. Pac-Man Jones stayed in the Cincinnati area, but he lived over in Kentucky. So Pac-Man, knowing all the people that he know and all, that's a small circle of people, and they get attached to certain schools and certain programs. Pac-Man Jones took him in and is going to treat him right and put him in all the right paths. So he ended up playing at a couple schools. I think he played for 2 schools in Cincinnati. I know he played for Withrow for sure. Can somebody help me? Did he play for another school in Cincinnati? I know he played for Withrow, but did he play? I don't know if he played for another school in Cincinnati, but all I can say is Pac-Man got him out of Cincinnati, took him to where you out in California and put him in one of them programs. You see what I'm saying? So he's been molded. He's been molded to be where he is today. And go ahead.
Because one of his mentors out here is former Cincinnati player TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Yeah, TJ is a great teacher. I mean, He was a good player for us in Cincinnati. But TJ Houshmandzadeh is an amazing guy. Okay, he has his head on straight. He's an amazing black man in our community. He has a podcast that he's part of, and he tells the truth.
Oh, it's called the Speakeasy.
The Speakeasy. Okay, yeah. He tells the truth. He's not a soft-spoken man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to topics that need to be talked about. And he's not one of them type of people that say things just to make people feel good. He tell the truth. So I like it.
Yeah, he real dude. He a real dude.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for that, Wyatt. Like I said, looking at these comments and people in the chat, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna listen to your show because I know it's gonna get hot.
Well, it's a freestyle Friday. I don't really Stephen Speed said he played for West Claremont. That makes sense because I believe he lived in Kentucky at that time. So
bro, I'm telling you, Wyatt, Chris Henry Jr. gonna carry on the tradition of balling ass wide receivers at Ohio State. He's the next one.
I hope so. I hope so. Not just look. Let me say this. Let me say this, bro. And this is gonna sound a little, and I mean it, like, because I'm an Ohio State fan. You know, all my kids. You know, I'm an Ohio State guy. But I don't want him to be successful up at Ohio State for Ohio State. I want him to be successful at Ohio State for him and his family. You feel me? I want him to be the next big thing out of Ohio State so he can live out his father's legacy. I want to see that. I've never met the kid. I haven't even heard anything about him other than what's on the field. And that's fine. You know what I mean? But I wish him well. I want him to do well at Ohio State.
Okay, well, you should check out his documentary that's on YouTube right now.
What is it called?
I don't know the name of it top of head. Just Google.
Okay, I'll get it. I'll get
documentary Modern Day High School.
Okay, I'll get it. Right, I am gonna check it out.
Shout out to all the people in the chat because that number one, that girl right there, I know it's gonna get hot. So anyway, peace out, Wyatt. Take care, bro.
All right, brother.
In them streets.
All right, brother. You too. Justin Sharp said, "Thanks for engaging with his sharp drop." Justin, what's up, Justin? He said, "I think he played for West Claremont as well." Yeah, someone said that. Yeah, his father was tragedy. That was tragedy. Tragically, Cleo. And Chris Henry was one of them guys that started out a little rocky in Cincinnati, you know, and these guys sometimes come from different situations and they have to get acclimated to a structure. Okay. And he ended up getting, you know, he did well. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to remove yourself from the things that you're used to doing, and those things that you used to do don't match your new path in life, and those things are very hard. They're very difficult to get away from sometimes. But I mean this wholeheartedly. Being an Ohio State guy myself, I want him to be so successful at Ohio State. But I don't want him to be successful for the school. It works out great. I want him to be successful for him and his family. You know what I'm saying? So I wish him well. Let me go straight to the phone lines real fast. It's Freestyle Friday. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
It's your boy.
Hey, what's going on, twin?
Ain't no hey, what's going on?
Damn, bro, you and that energy, bro.
And everything.
Say it again.
That phony greed. Hey, what's going on? That's phony.
That's phony. Okay. What you want, Negro? How was that?
My guy.
What's good?
What happened?
What happened with what?
I said, what's happening?
Oh, what's happening? What's good, bro?
Okay, call. Hey, I thought he had went to Wynwoods at first. Then he went to Withrow or something like that.
You know, it sounds like he did. I'll be honest with you. I thought he went to two different public schools in Cincinnati.
And then Withrow, and then he transferred out there to that good school in California.
Well, twin, that doesn't sound far off to me, to be honest with you. I'm not saying you're right, but if I was playing guess games, I would say, well, twin, I think is on point. I thought he did go to Wynwoods. Now that you bring it up, I do know that there was another school.
Stars out there because Wynwoods wasn't hitting on nothing for a minute. I think he played for them and he brought Wynwoods up.
Yeah, well, Wynwoods already had a good program. Wynwoods been good for a few years now. I mean, at least a decade. They may not win state, but they've always been up there. You know, Wynwoods got some ballers, bro. They really do.
I mean, yeah, they making noise now, but 10 years ago you couldn't say that.
Well, I mean, you couldn't say that about a lot of schools. I mean, they built programs. I remember when West High was all right in football. Shit, they ain't doing nothing now. I remember when some of the schools that are garbage, as far as programs, because it's not the kids, it's the program. The programs fall off because a lot of kids don't go to the school that want to participate in the sport. Shit, I remember Tav had the piece of team together, and Mike Martin went there, and he won a lot of games with like 17 kids, under 20 kids. So those guys was playing both offense and defense. And I ain't seen a coach in the city of Cincinnati, and it's a lot of them, but I ain't never seen a coach in the city of Cincinnati do what Mike Martin did to a program. Mike Martin turned the program all the way around, from the books to the field. And they don't talk about that enough for me, but okay, it is what it is.
Yeah, I saw, I did a remix and went back and looked at Drewski.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bad. He's a character. And,
Oh.
ones that grandfathered in as a Christian or whatever the case may be, they took it as, okay. But the news, they didn't like that.
They didn't like his skit, you mean?
No, they didn't like his skit. They didn't want to be put out there, which is true. When he said he covered by the blood of Jesus, and then when he said the word would impregnate you with this, some women can't get pregnant. But if you listen to the word of God, it will impregnate your soul or whatever, impregnate your mind and everything.
Hey,
so,
Twin, can I ask you a quick question real fast, bro, about your phone? Is something different? Are you on speaker or something?
I'm on this crazy house phone.
Oh, you on a landline?
Yeah.
They still make those?
I got it for emergency and everything. Case.
Oh, it was an emergency to call in today, huh?
Yeah, my phone over there charging up and stuff.
All right, I'm gonna have to just cut you up because a lot of people are saying you're low, so I'll do the best I can. I'm gonna cut you up and I'm gonna move the microphone closer to how people can hear. So go ahead, Twin. I'm sorry. I was just letting you know people couldn't really hear.
Yeah, I know. This phone crazy. My son threw it about 50 times. That's another reason why it's like that.
So Twin still got phone. You still got a hard line. How many people got hard lines in their house? I haven't had a phone line in my house in 10 years.
No, these kids don't. They phone go dead and all that, or they sleep. So the ringer loud, so it'll wake up the whole house. Even a dog know when it's somebody calling. He'll bark every time the phone.
Yeah, that don't make no damn sense what you just said, but okay.
What you mean?
I mean, to have a phone in your house because it ring loud, that sounds crazy as hell to me.
No, I'm saying it rings loud because they act like they can't hear their cell phone upstairs or whatever. Sometimes their phone be dead. They don't ever charge it up. So that's why she still has the house.
All right, Twin. I owe you a few, right? Today just might be your day that I do some of that shit that I told you I don't forget. All right, I don't forget when y'all.
Well, I tried to come in through the party and everything. You say you go get my refund, but hey, I got stopped at the door because my twin Cadillac shoes.
See, there you go saying some shit. There you go saying some shit again that don't make no sense. Twin, today is not your day. You sure you want to call in today? Maybe hit us up on Monday.
Why you say that?
Shit sounding crazy today. You sounding like you back in the future, bro. Like back to like you back in 91.
Cool. You want to get out on me?
Now, well, you be getting down on me. I told you I'm one of them type of guys that I might not return to serve the day that you serve. I might come back a little bit later, and I think today might be that day. It's Friday. I ain't got no job. Hey, drop.
I ain't dropped Scott 2.0.
Go ahead, Trent. I'm only kidding. What'd you say, bro?
I really didn't have nothing to say, though.
Okay, it's Freestyle Friday. What's on your mind? You got something that you want to talk to me about?
No, not really, man. I don't know.
Wait a minute. So the only time you have something to talk about is when somebody else got something to talk about. You can't bring me something off your mind to talk about on a freestyle day. Like you can't just bring something up that's new, that's maybe positive or whatever. You can't bring nothing. We got to talk about 1932 phone lines and shit. That's what we got to talk about.
No, they ain't really got nothing to talk about, man.
Okay, all right. Well, hey.
Yeah, but I thought I had sent you something early, and I don't know what I sent you early, but I really ain't got nothing to talk about. Then plus I remix off that what's his name? That Alton Daniel. Alton Daniel and Corey
Oh,
Holcomb.
Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb.
Anton
Did
Daniels.
you watch that video?
Yeah, I finally finished watching it.
Now I know you on the Shy guy. I mean, excuse me, Chi-Town guy side.
No,
I know.
man, he was out of his body, man. Well, come on, man.
Well, you know, y'all boys stick together. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, ride or die, right? Ride or die.
But man, hey, you're in violation, Joe. And stuff, you're in violation. You just like you say, you return a favor, whatever. If you dish it out, you return the serve or whatever.
Yeah.
And he couldn't handle the pressure. And dude, he thought he can take Anton Daniels on. And Anton, hey man, we go out back. We can go out back, and you know, Corey Holcomb was, you know, he was out his body, man. You said what you said about that man. So now it's disrespect.
Right.
Come on, man. It don't work like that.
Right. I mean, when you say that a man, see, to me, I don't see any difference in what was said, the two disrespect things, okay? When you tell a man, especially a black man, when you tell a black man that he kissed white people ass, that's just as disrespectful as what Corey Holcomb heard come out of Anton's mouth, which I can't repeat on this show. However, if you can't accept the same type of energy that you pushing out, then don't push it at somebody else.
Hey, you heard that, but Anton, he pushed that button real heavy. He told that man, you're a D-Salt.
That's what I'm talking about. If you're gonna tell me that I
like that,
if you're gonna
he couldn't take that.
If you're gonna tell me that I kiss white men ass, then I'm gonna tell you that you do what you do. And when you get all heated and mad because I said what I said to you, then it shows you just how his intellect is. You okay? That's bully tactic. Bullies say shit and do shit to people thinking they ain't gonna get that type of reaction or ain't gonna get no blowback. And then when the blowback come, now they ready to either pretend like they gonna fight, tell everybody in the room, hold me back, dare somebody to say the shit again and all that. Man, look, Anton didn't come over there to physically fight. He came over there, to be honest with you, to show how limited Corey Holcomb really is. That's what he did. And he got invited there. He didn't call them and ask them, can he come? They invited Anton Daniels to come over there. And what Corey thought he was going to do was play that you kiss white man ass shit on a man that don't go for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
who you got this weekend in football?
Who in which game?
All the guys.
You know what? He said in all the games. I'll say this, bro. I am wishing that you're gonna love this, and y'all gonna think that I am.
I know you're going for the Bears.
I am. I hope the Bears, and I, you know, I'm not a Bear hater. I told you I'm an 85 Bear guy, 85, 86, right. You know, Walter Penn. I'm that guy. But I'll be honest with you, man. I would love to see the Chicago Bears go down in Miami. Or where is it this year? I think it's in Miami.
49ers.
I like the 49ers. I mean, I think they're a good team.
I'm saying they go play with the 49ers.
You mean in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, San Francisco.
Now
what they play at Santa Clara, they go play there this year.
Okay,
that's where the Super Bowl is.
Is in California.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I would like to see the Bears do their thing. I'd like to see that because I love to see Williams, Caleb Williams, the young brother quarterback. I'd love to see him get there. To be honest with you, I'd love to see him get there. If you wasn't a Bear fan, see, I got some Bear fans on here that I rock with, Justin Sharp and all them guys. It's only you that keep me from talking positive about the Bears because it make it sound like that I'm with you on a lot of shit when you talk about, I can't brag about the Bears like I really want to because you kind of jinxed them with that 17-1 shit. And I didn't, I'm like, they gonna fall. That's why they fell last year because you talked that you talked that 17-1 conversation about them last year.
Well, you gotta have faith in your team. There ain't no wrong.
Well, I don't think any Bengal fan on this show ever said that the Bengals was gonna go 17-1 last year or 17-0. I don't think anyone had that feeling coming out of Cincinnati. The biggest Bengal fan knew we was gonna take some L's.
I ain't trying to hear that noise, man.
Okay.
What you talking about? Hey, you think R. Kelly stole Aaron Hall's style?
Boy, it is freestyle. I love talking about every. No. It's all good.
I saw on Facebook, and it was like, man, over 5,000 comments and all that.
Dude, I think Aaron Hall took.
R. Kelly.
Wait a minute. Okay, the two people was Aaron Hall and R. Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, who are you claiming took
I'm
who?
saying, do you think R. Kelly took Aaron Hall's style?
No, those two different guys.
No, I was just asking you the question. Since you into that R&B and Telly Rally mode.
No, I'm
and
saying I
everything.
think they're two different style art. I mean, they do the same R&B type language music. You know what I mean? They talk sleep and talk bedroom talk and all that. They got that in common. But how they riff and how they come, you know, the songwrite, all that is different. I think that if you want to say both of them, I think both R. Kelly and Aaron Hall may have taken Charlie Wilson's style, if you really think about it.
Well, they you know, they remix off them because what his name, Donny Hathaway and other people that, you know, they go off of. So they, yes, of course they took their style. But I was just saying, what was your take on that? Because I was saying it in the Facebook and it was a poll and stuff. People was commenting.
Nah, man, you can't put. I don't even put those two people. I don't put those two things. I don't put those two artists together. I could see how you could do it because they're in the same genre, but I don't see how the two. No, that's like saying, do I think that R. Kelly's music and Guy music is the same? I could see how you could, you know, play it in the same party or whatever, and I could see how they could be in the same award ceremony. I could see that, but I can't say that one style is the same as the other. You know what I mean? That's like saying Johnny Gill has the same style as New Edition, which and that's so close that Johnny Gill is in New Edition. But Johnny Gill would never get up there and sing a bunch of fast-paced New Edition type songs, even though he can. You go see Johnny Gill, like for instance, when you go see R. Kelly, I seen R. Kelly in concert and on like the video concert. He tore it up one time in DC. And I'm gonna tell you something. R. Kelly has those bump and grind type songs that, you know, he bring out the ladies and stuff like that, where I think Aaron Hall and Guy is more of an upbeat party style type of, you know, style. R. Kelly's not an upbeat party type of style.
Okay. Well, that's all I have. Wyatt, you have a good weekend.
All right, brother.
I want you to stop hating on me. You on Monday?
You know, I've been thinking about that. I'm traveling today, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make it back in time to be able to do a 1 o'clock on Monday. I'm still playing it by ear. I'm looking at my schedule, and I'm hoping that I don't get caught up in bad weather at the DC airport. So I'm not quite sure. They're saying that DC is going to get hit hard in weather, and I have a pass through in DC, and I don't know if I'm going to change that flight. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I really would like to tell you, but I can't tell you right now.
Oh, you're good. All right, then, Wyatt.
All right, brother. Talk to you
right,
soon, man. Thanks for
okay,
engaging with us and keeping you cool. That was Twin. Would you put him what scale between 1 and 10 on anger? He hit a 3 today. Not even that. I give him a 2. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Twin. I'm proud of the fact that you kept your composure. Said a couple dumbass things with the phones. What did he say? I got a phone line. I got a landline because the kids, it'll wake them up. It's a landline, and I have it because the kids can't hear their cell phones. I guess it's some shit going on where I just don't get it. I mean, maybe it's one of them things where the kids one day, the kids one day, you know, played them and said, "Hey, my phone was off." I guess you can't say that shit with landlines. One thing about these cell phones, and I didn't realize it because we were on the air that day. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember, but I'm on Verizon. From what everybody told me and what I've been reading in the news and seeing on television news is that Verizon went down for some hours. Did anybody lose their service? I didn't see SOS on my phone. My phone was working, unless it was working off of some type of wave or something. You know how they have the satellite where if you don't have cell phone, it'll run off your internet or something like that. Maybe it was running off my internet or something, but I didn't see an SOS or anything like that on my phone. But I heard it was the majority of their customers. The phones were down. I didn't know that. I mean, maybe that's why that show day was really weak. Because I know a lot. I don't know. I would really be interested, and I could really do that. I could do the breakdown on this. I'd be interested to know how do you watch this platform? Do you watch it on your cell phone? Do you watch it on a laptop? Do you watch it on an iPad? How do you watch Wyatt live? Can you put that in the screen for me? I'm just curious. Let's just do it on here just to have some fun and have something to type in. Let me know, how do you watch the show? Because there's a lot of people that watch the show that you don't know is watching. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people standing in the back of the room that don't tell you how they're watching. They don't even want you to know that they're here. Let's see here. Purple Pro says laptop. Regina says both. Both what? Cell phone, laptop. I'm curious. I'm curious, Regina. I'd like to know. I'd love to know. Sean D. Nutter said cell phone. I'm just curious. I watched the hold on one second. Deanna said, I watched from my cell phone at work. I didn't lose my service. I checked for my $20 credit though. So did I. They said they'll be putting that in our they'll be messaging us. Now I have 4. Hey Deanna, let me ask you. Did they say 4 just for the contract holder, or is it 4 per line? Is it $20 per line? Is it $20 just for the contract holder, or is it $20 per line? Because if that's the case, I just hit a lick. Because I got 5 phones on my contract. Yeah. I have 5 phones, so that's $100. $100. I need my $100. But here's what they're gonna do, Deanna. I'm telling you, this is how these companies do it. They'll never send us a check. They're gonna give us a $20 credit. They're gonna give us a $20 credit. You know what I'm saying? And I hate when they do shit like that. Send me my 100 and let me do what I want to do with it. If I want to send it right back to you on my bill, then I'll do that. But send me my 100. Don't apply that $20 to my bill. That's some bullshit. Send my $20, or in my case, 100. I want my money. I don't want a credit. Don't credit my account. Let me use your money for what I want to use it for. Here's what I'm going to use mine for. If they send me, let me see where we are right now in Verizon. As I say that, as I talk. Let me just do this real fast. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm on my Cash app. My Cash app has my hold on 1 second. Here we are. Let's go. My Cash app handles all my stock trades. Well, this particular account that I have here. My Verizon is actually losing money right now. Well, I don't know if it's losing money right now, but it's below purchase price, so it's an L right now. The trade amount, let's just see. Shit. Yeah, I'm down 27.5%. Total loss 27.5% at Verizon right now. So I was going to make a suggestion. Shit, I don't know if I really want to do that. But, you win some, you lose some. If they send me $20, I'm going to go in and, well, in my case, if they send me $80, this is why I would want the money myself, because what I would do, the average cost per share is $53.86. Okay, the current share price is $39.05. So I have a total of 36 shares. So what I would want to do, if they send me $80, I want 3 shares of the stock, so I can one day turn that into a rebate towards what I believe all my stocks. I don't own everything that I have from cell phone usage company. You know what I mean? In this case, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me get back. There it is. From my cell phone usage, in this case, Verizon, to everything that I use in my life that I have to have. Kroger, Public. I buy their stock. Okay. Sprint. I sold my Sprint stock when I moved over to Verizon. So in this case, I'll be honest with y'all, Verizon stock is not doing well, but still, I've been in a position. I was like that. What was that company? Give me 1 second. I just want to bring it up. I know I don't want to bore some of you, but I do want to do this because there's people that love to hear stuff like that on here too. I did that with Netflix. Netflix was losing for a long time. It was at a point where I thought I was going to sell Netflix and take a 50% loss on my initial investment. And what I did is I left it alone. And I said, Netflix took a loss after COVID. Okay, COVID came. Netflix had so much more competition. They lost a lot of their content. So Netflix started losing money. Stock went down. They did a rebuild, a resurface of the company, and it started going back up. So I was down for 2 years. Now, excuse me, let me just do this. Now Netflix is at a 55 and a quarter gain. Okay, so now I have a total of 88 shares. Okay, every time I get, sorry about that, guys. This is moving a little slow, trying to do all this at the same time. Every time I get a dividend check from Netflix or any other company, I don't spend it. I buy more stock. I buy more of what made me money. I never spend it. It's not even worth, it's not enough to spend. If Verizon sends me, if Netflix sends me a dividend check, which they always send you an email and say, hey, we've applied this to your account and blah, blah, blah. If they send me a dividend check for $27, I'll turn around and buy, $27 worth of the stock. In most cases, I kind of round it off. $27 would get me, I would buy $30 worth or 25. So I would just keep building. I would use the dividends to build the portfolio, to build that stock, to build it up, keep up the shares. I only started out with, I start out with the same number of stocks on all of these companies. And that's what I'm going to suggest to everyone in the, Wyatt Live Stock Club. I'm actually going to start us out with, I'm going to say, hey, we'll sit down and gang up together and we'll pick out 10 stocks. Okay. Out of those 10 stocks, what we'll do is we'll invest $10 into each stock. You feel me? So we'll have 10 different stocks. And in most cases, all these stocks will be worth at least four times the initial investment out the gate. So it's almost like a win-win before you get into it. I don't know if people understand how money moves, but the best investment is the one that you see is gaining and you put the least amount of risk into a gain. That way, when you do keep gaining, you might not gain as much, but you learn slowly to continue to, you'll learn the consistency of some of these stocks and you'll learn that they, sometimes they take a hit. I bought some Kroger stock and I kept putting it in Wyatt Live Messenger group. Okay. I kept putting it out there. I bought $50 worth of Kroger stock. And I told you guys, I bought it when the stock was going down. It was taking a hit. And I said, Kroger's not going anywhere. Kroger's going to be here. Kroger's going to find a way to bounce back. They're going to find a way to do whatever they do. And that stock will not, it'll come right back up as soon as they figure out a new path or when they get finished taking their end of year losses, it'll come back up. And it did. It fluctuates. It goes up and down. I'm not losing any money with it. Not gaining a whole lot of money, but I have it. I have it. Some say the worst investment is the one you don't have. You feel me? And I think that to be true. Hell, I can't scream and holler about a loss or a gain if I'm not in the game. But if I'm just sitting back taking pictures and watching everybody else participate, I'm just not that type of guy. I'm not that type of guy. It feels so good. Some people notice. Some of y'all notice. It feels so good waking up, mostly on the 3rd, right around the 3rd of each month. I remember when my mama used to send me down to the mailbox on the 1st of the month. Now I know how she felt. I shouldn't have said that. I'm only kidding, Mom. I'm only playing, Mama. Mama never done that. That was an inside joke for some other people that I know. But yeah, right around the 3rd, I always get all my dividend emails. Dividend, that's when the dividends come in, and you either not. Sometimes you get a 0. Sometimes you get 13 cents. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get $32. Sometimes you get $112. It all depends on how much you have invested in a particular stock. But it feels so good to wake up and say, hey, I made some money and I didn't push nothing down the street. I didn't break a nail. I didn't do shit. Break a nail is for the ladies. But I'm just saying, the best money to make in this world is smart money. Smart money generally moves slow. It's slower money. Damn it. I hate dumbing down my conversation sometime. And when y'all hear me say dumb it down, I mean take it to the streets. I hate doing that shit sometimes. But y'all remember the days back in the days of the dub. We used to talk that double up shit, the dub. We gonna dub this, we gonna dub that. And you give a friend, and a lot of the ladies know what I'm talking about, because y'all dumbasses gave dudes money to dub up. First of the month or whatever, you get your check, or you get your check that you went and worked for. You get your little money, and then here come this losing ass dude that look like $1 million, or your friend, or your cousin, or your boyfriend, or somebody come around. It usually happens to the worst kind of way during tax return, when a dude say, give me that 1,000 so I can go buy a pound, or give me 1,000 so I can go buy an ounce, and we gonna flip this. See what I'm saying? I don't like taking my conversations and dumbing them down right there. But sometimes I just have to, because it's a lesson to be learned in there. You know what I'm talking about, Dana, when I talk that tax money shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Every slick motherfucker, coming to get some of that money. And the slicker they are, the more they make you believe you gonna get more. You're gonna get more. Because what I'm gonna do, hey sis, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get them motherfucking 5,000 you got. Just give me some of it and I'm gonna work it. Ain't that what they say? I'm gonna work it. Now I've been removed from all that shit so long that I feel comfortable telling the truth about how that shit go. I don't even know if it still go that way. I think us, our age, majority of people in this crowd, we all know how that shit go. We all know that here comes Slick Rick. Here comes Slick Rick. He about to try to boy, Teresa gonna get her head knocked off fucking with Rick. We already know that's gonna happen. Rick ain't about to dub your money up, girl. And if he do dub it up, he ain't never giving you the initial investment. He ain't never giving you your $1,000 back. He might give you a couple hundred, and then he gonna tell you the shit got fucked up. The police took it. You know what I'm talking about? We had other ways of learning how to work money, and it sure wasn't from slick ass Rick. You know what I'm saying? Sis, we had a whole lot of other ways of getting our money tied up into things. Think about this. And this, y'all gonna make me go somewhere that look, it's Friday. I can lick my wounds. I shouldn't say this, because a lot of my people that I know that know me well and love me, and I love them, they used to piss me off though. There wasn't nothing worse. And I know y'all gonna be like, well, they heard work for. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. There wasn't nothing. Some of y'all got this shit, so y'all gonna think I'm mad at you, but I'm not necessarily mad at you, because I don't know what you did with yours. But it was nothing worse. Cedric Benson know where I'm going with this. Said know where I'm going with this. There was nothing worse for me to work as hard as I work, take the risks that I took every year, and do the things that I used to risk and do, just like the rest of us. And some people that I knew had enough kids where they would get tax returns for $5,000 and $6,000. You can call me a hater all you want, but they was the reason why I hated paying taxes. I don't like paying taxes, period, for the reason of where the tax dollars go. And I didn't even think like that back then. But what made me think was, these motherfuckers, I didn't work all this time. The IRS took money. FICA and everybody else got a piece of my motherfucking money. And I done paid all these taxes, and y'all just bought her a motherfucking sofa set from Discount Furniture and all. Everybody getting everybody money. Ain't nobody stacking no money. Ain't nobody investing this free ass money they got. They writing off 6, 7 kids and shit. I didn't got that. You getting all this free ass money and you sending it over to Sun motherfucking Furniture. I used to hate that shit. I used to hate it. Call me what you want. Be mad at me if you want to. I ain't the only one. They over at Sun buying that cheap shit. Globe. Buying furniture and shit. Putting the shit. And not to mention, you can't even wait a month for some free ass money. You go to one of them carjacking ass, well, I should call it tax jacking ass tax services. You getting $6,000. I give you a check right now for $4,000. So you can have it right now. And they would do it. They'll walk away from $1,500 to $2,000 just to be able to have the money so they can run over the Sun right now and get that living room set. Brenda Early said that used to piss me off too. That's because you a hard working ass. You feel me? That only piss off us. That only piss us off. And they would go over to H&R Block, and H&R Block knocking all their heads to the moon. Knocking their head off. Knocking their head off. You mean to tell me you got $6,700 coming, and you would take $4,200 right now just to have it right now? And when your check come, it don't even come to you. It go to H&R Block, and they take you sign your check over to them, and they front you the money. That should be illegal. That should be illegal. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I could do that, I would. Oh, wait a minute, Steph. I don't mean Stephanie. I'm just making up a name. If I can walk through an area and I can set back 100 G's and I can say, all right, shit, you got $5,000 coming? All right, I tell you what, I'm gonna give you $4,000 right now. You signing that check over to me. We got a contract. A contract. I'm gonna give you $4,000 for your $5,000, and it's coming to us in a month. You couldn't wait an extra 30 days. You had to have that shit that you, Stephanie, Teresa, and Felicia all got that same setup. So you think you got it first, make it better? Come on, sis. I tell you what we've done. We've cheated our children by doing that shit. You think getting you a sofa set, a new bedroom set, is more important than buying Verizon stock or you go to fucking what's the little place every morning y'all go get your coffees and all that old shit. I don't even drink Starbucks, but I got Starbucks stock because I know a lot of people drink it. Now Starbucks is taking some L's and beat up. I was just making a point. I buy a lot of my stocks are things that I know people waste their money on. And you could say, oh, you sounding all, you indignant, or you sounding all, entitled and shit like that. Okay, yeah, you're right. Listen, I bought stock in Walmart. I had already had stock in Walmart when they put that stimulus check out. I went and bought 50 shares of Walmart stock. You know why? Because when that man stood next to Donald Trump, I believe it was Donald Trump. It was the CEO of Walmart encouraging and standing there saying the people need money. They need money. And they put that, was it 2,000 or 2,500 or was it $4,000? How much was the stim? I didn't get one, so I don't fucking know. It didn't work out for everybody. When they put that stimulus, somebody put it in the screen for me so I'll know it. It'd drive me crazy not to know. How much was that stimulus check that they sent out that year? I'm going to finish my point, but I need to know that. Wasn't it $4,000 or some old dumb shit like that? When I seen the CEO of Walmart, and some of y'all remember this because I had a show, I talked about it. I was telling y'all then, well, I look like I'm going to be buying some Walmart stock because I see the CEO of Walmart up there with the Trump guy saying, the public, the people need this money to survive. He wasn't telling y'all to go buy groceries and shit. Maybe he was because Walmart has groceries now, but that ain't what they put at the front of the motherfucking door. They didn't put apples and oranges and peaches and plums and TV dinners and all that shit in the front of Walmart. You know what they put up there? Price leader televisions, TVs as big as your wall in Winton Terrace, 78 inches, 115-inch screen televisions they put up there for $9.99. Because he knew that when you send this $1,000 out or $2,000, whatever you send out, they gonna bring it to Walmart and they gonna fuck it up. They gonna jack it off. They gonna spend it up. Mama Birch said it was $1,200. Yeah, because I remember using $9.99. Remember this, Mama Birch? I don't know if you were watching there. I remember using the fact that they put big 60-inch television or 55-inch televisions at the front of Walmart, and they were $9.99. And I was like, shit, that's the whole stimulus check right there. I said they left you a little bit extra to get you a month, like a little the stand that is gonna go up on the wall and all this old shit. But Walmart gonna get your $1,200. When I seen the CEO standing up there with the politicians talking that they need this money, I already knew that Walmart was in play for the stimulus money. So what do you think I'm gonna do? I ain't going to buy no Target stock. I'm going to buy the man that's standing next to the man, next to the plan, and next to I knew it's gonna happen. So I go get Walmart stock because I already know it's about to blow up. Just keep your eyes open, folks. That's all we got to do as a people. Just keep our eyes open and stop closing them when it's rough and tough shit that we need to really be seeing. Pay attention to, and here's the thing, it wasn't us. It wasn't just us. Walmart, when you go in Walmart, let's just be honest. I don't care what part of the world, well, I shouldn't say the world. I'm going to go in Cincinnati. I don't care what Walmart you go in when you go to Cincinnati. Maybe West Side Walmart might be against this argument that I make. I have never seen more black people in a Walmart than white folks. It's always a bunch of white people in Walmart. Okay, I'm not saying black people don't go to Walmart. I'm saying every time and anytime, there's only one Walmart I've ever seen that didn't have a bunch of white and black people in it. Eastern, up in Columbus. That is Somalia. That's Africa, Somalia, Great Britain. That's some other shit up there. It's a third world country. And you'll tell. Go up there, man. Y'all, you know what I should do? Next time I come to Cincinnati, I should schedule something and we do a field trip. We should get a Wyatt Live bus. Probably won't need a bus because some of y'all be like, yeah, I'm coming, I'm going. And even if I made it free, you wouldn't go. Yeah, I'm coming, Wyatt. How much? What is it? Just tell me what I need. We'll end up taking a bicycle up there because it'll be so less. None of y'all really would go. But you need to see what I've been talking about. But anyway, so I'm not suggesting that it was just us up there buying a bunch of TVs and shit. That ain't what I'm saying. But it was a lot of us buying TVs, PlayStations and shit like that. How many people actually invested money, free money? That's the best investment. Look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna say something right now. If this is gonna sound a little like, you know how some people like to judge what you say and shit. If I ran a thing right now and I said I want to do a cash app for I just want to raise some money for the Wyatt Live show, I'm probably going to reinvest that money into the Wyatt Live show, right? I am going to run it. I'm not going to pay my bills with the money. I would say I'm trying to raise $1,000 so I can buy a new board for Wyatt Live. So if I end up with $1,300 from that, raising the money, I'm probably going to use $1,000 to get the board, and I'm going to probably use the other $200 or $300 or whatever it is to invest in something else of the Wyatt Live show, for the Wyatt Live show. The best money to invest is free money. Hard working money is very difficult to invest. Let me be honest with you. You always want a reward for your hard working money. Shit, I worked overtime. I'm just saying, I'm speaking in general. Think about it. If you're a person that work hard every day, like most of us do, and you work overtime and you get a check and they got your overtime check, you ain't never thinking I'm about to go buy me some motherfucking Walmart stock with this. You ain't thinking like that. You're thinking, man, I stayed in that sweaty ass office, that dirty ass basement. I stayed in that office. I came home late. I rolled through the snow. Man, I had to do this. I got that. I got an extra 120 on my check. I'm about to go buy me something. I'm about to buy me something. Or I'm going to put that 120 in the bank. I'm going to save it. That 120 ain't making no money sitting in the bank. Do y'all know savings money? I don't know if I'm teaching today or if I'm just talking. Savings accounts don't make money. Troy Scott coming in from Pensacola. What's up, Troy? I love my Florida brothers and sisters. Savings accounts don't make money. Most of them have some type of fee, you know what I'm saying? Like some type of fee attached to it, where if you don't maintain a certain, deposit amount, then they'll take a fee out, and it may not be monthly. There may be a yearly fee or something like that. And they don't pay enough on the interest. A 3% interest is ridiculous, or 1.5%. That's ridiculous. You're not making any money. It's a trick. Okay. They're making 4 or 5, maybe 6% on your money. You're not making any money. You just feel good that the money is sitting there. I tell you that you should go get in something like maybe you can get a 6-month bond. Maybe you can get it into, if you can stand not to, touch the money for 6 months. I mean, think of how much money these people would have had instead of going to buy, living room sets. Think about it. And I mean, if they got 6, I would have been up if I could get a free $6,000 a year. You give me $60,000 over a 10-year period, I probably would not have had to pay a dime of my daughter's college. $60,000 is half of what my daughter at Ohio State paid for 4 years of college. She paid $125,000, $127,000. Now, keep in mind that's room and board and the school. The school probably was $70,000 of that. Room and board is very expensive. Room and board, folks, get ready for your kids and your grandkids. If you don't know, room and board is just as expensive as the college itself. Anybody want to check on that? Go ahead. Whatever program you was part of, everybody ain't been part of that. But I'm just telling you, real numbers. I would say 60% of it is college. 40% of it is room and board. It's just as, it may be even more than, I'd say 55, 45. I'm just saying, it is very expensive. But if you could have gave me a free ass $6,000 a year, I would have waited. H&R Block, I'd have paid you your $200 or whatever your fee, $199 for doing my taxes. I don't need a rush on the money. I don't need to check in 24 hours. Sierra Brooks said, highly encourage folks to apply for scholarships. We did all of that. There was scholarships applied. We ended up paying out of pocket $127. The school was easily $150. You see what I'm saying? There were scholarships and things applied. Here's the misconception, Sierra, that a lot of people don't understand. And I hate to say this. I know predominantly of my people here, we all brothers and sisters. There's a lot of black folks on here, but I don't know if y'all understand how white folks see us sometimes. I know in your way you see it. But let me tell you how white people see us. And I don't mean all, but a lot of them. They think we can go to school for free. You know why they think we can go to school for free? Because there are situations where black kids, specifically black kids, can go to school and get full rides. But they have these systems set up where a lot of these particular kids, and this is not going to sound easy on the ears, but keep in mind, I've had to go through this twice on high levels. They have programs set up for kids that are not encouraged to go to school. What I mean is all the money sometimes and the opportunity is put in place for people that are not motivated to take advantage of those opportunities. So if you grow up in a household, I'll use downtown where I'm from. If you grow up in a household and your mama only told you 12th grade is good and that's all y'all shooting for is to get out of school, all you got to do, you just got to graduate from Taft, baby, and you made it. And further education is not pumped up and talked about and discussed, and you ain't trying to be nothing past that. Maybe you want to go to nursing school or something like that. That's different. But a lot of those programs and scholarships are set up income based. You can get some scholarships for grades, you can get your academic scholarships and stuff like that. That's a more competitive scholarship. Yeah, there's a whole lot of people going for them scholarships that don't look like you, and then the race don't really matter. Like, they don't play that shit. That's why the Asians sued the United States government. When y'all was sitting back here mad at white folks for the DEI and diversity shit that was going on in the colleges, y'all was mad at white folks when in fact the lawsuit came from a group of Asians that sued because of the placement and entry test and all that stuff was unfair to Asians. They were saying that black folks' scores were being put in over them, scored differently. And y'all want to attach Trump and all the rest of the white people for that. Yeah, man, look, we don't always look, we don't, peel the onion all the way back sometimes. We take the surface for what it is, and then we ride with it. And we say, them old crazy white folk, white people. Yeah. But I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of people who are not motivated to go off to school and do some things, they don't even apply for that money. And I think some of y'all know what I'm talking about because you've been part of it. You've been denied certain scholarships. You've been denied certain, like, okay, parents, because I believe we have the most intelligent audience. I'm not just saying this shit. I read comments. I believe that when people start talking that certain kind of talk, that they always want to associate black people as being the ones that get that opportunity, as if there's not white people in universities that are on full rides because they base it on income of parents. And when black folks make too much money, when the parents make too much money, the kid suffers from any of these scholarships and open opportunities. And we don't, that's never the discussion. The discussion is always there's barrels of money and opportunity over there and no one's taking it. And I know why that happens. Let me give you a perfect example, and I'll use myself as an example again, because I don't know anybody on here better than I know myself. My mother, she never pushed education to me. She already told me, I don't even think you're going to make it out to 12th grade. She told me that in the 10th grade. She said, Rand, you ain't going to make it to the 12th grade because you play too much. You do too much shit. You just doing way too much. So honestly, I'll be honest with you, the 12th grade was the ceiling for me through my mother. My mother never asked me what college. She never even, I grew up like any other little kid from down the way. I played sports every day. I was outside all the time playing ball, getting my knees skint up, playing basketball, football, baseball. I was a kid that had a dream that wanted to play professional sports. So that's what my mother seen me as. Oh, he's dreaming. He wants to be a professional baseball player. She never enforced, hey, why don't you try to get into law? She never enforced, why don't you try to get in? Why don't you try to be an auto mechanic? She never enforced any. She never steered me in any of those directions. That's a lot of lost time. I pray, all out shout out to my mother. That's a lot of lost time because those type of conversations don't supposed to happen after you graduate. These are conversations that's supposed to happen in the 9th grade, 10th grade. That's why some of parents put their kids in AP classes and, start aligning their children because they've had these kind of conversations with their children of what do you really want to do? What do you want to be? If a kid don't have a certain guidance, I can tell that it's going to be tough for them. It's going to be tough anyway. But when we're not helping our kids, well, let me answer this real fast. Sierra said, didn't your mom help you go to school abroad though? Only because she was over there. You feel it was an accident. Sierra, I'm about to tell you a little piece of me that might explain some of that, if you don't mind. It's Freestyle Friday. I only ended up abroad because I was failing in school. I was living with my grandmother. I went to Withrow. I skipped school all the time. 10th grade. I wasn't going. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to Europe. I didn't want to go to Japan. I didn't want to go to these places. I didn't want to go there. All my friends lived on John. All my friends went to Withrow, damn it, and we got a game Friday night. I'm playing. I'm acting, girl. I got friends that, got a couple dollars, and I'm getting in Suzuki sidekicks, and I'm having fun, and we all Nino Brown in it and shit, right? We all having fun. I don't want to go over and be cultured. I don't want to go over and learn no shit that, what I want to do that shit for. So it was an accident, Sierra. Nothing but God. I know God don't make mistakes. I'm saying it was an accident in my life. God saved me. Yeah, I know we got people on here that don't even believe in God. I do. Now, let me explain something to you. I was failing. My grandmother kicked me out. Some of y'all know this story. I've told it before. My grandmother said, oh, no, you can't live here. We're not doing the failing out of school. We're not doing F's on report cards and truancy and all that. We're not doing that. So you got to go. Hardest part of my life. Hardest thing in the world for me. A grandmother that I loved, who loved me more than she loved her own life. I failed her. She cried. She never kicked anybody out of anything in her life, but she kicked me out of her house and kicked me out of her life. Not out of her life, but kicked me out of her house. Not on the curb. No shit like that. She just said, you can't live here anymore being who you are. I told y'all who me and my brother was. I have a brother by my real father, Gary Sparks. He passed recently. Last time he was here, y'all seen he was in the screen. He said, love you, bro. And I hadn't heard from him since then. And they informed, I learned that he died on this show. That all being said, him and I were involved in some things, and it was taking me away from school. It was doing some things that I was going in a path. I was way smarter than what direction I was going in life. So my grandmother kicked me out, Sierra. She told me, you can't live here anymore. And I know that's the hardest thing that a mother can tell a son, or a grandmother could tell their grandkid. I'm in high school, 10th grade. Can't live here anymore. You're not doing right. I ain't shooting and killing. Not with a gun. Not with a gun. My grandmother said, you got to go. You got to go live with your mama. So that's how I ended up over there. If it was my choice, I would have never been able to tell you half the stories. 80% of the stories that I tell you came from my journey. I wouldn't be here today telling you what I'm telling you. It took me to get out of a certain environment, a certain mindset of the people I was rolling with, and had certain ideas and all that. It took all of that. Then I get over there, Sierra. My mom's still shooting for me to get through the 12th grade. Now I'm in, some of my buddies that I meet as soon as I get there, the first place I go to is a park. I get off the plane in Frankfurt, Germany, and I understand the difference between America and Europe as soon as I get there. I'm not even who I am today. I don't know nothing about that shit. I land in Europe at Frankfurt, Germany, airport. There are police officers there that say Polizei. That's what they call Polizei is the police there. Polizei. They got machine guns, dogs, and it looked like a war zone there. I already know, growing up how I grew up, looking at police a certain way, this shit ain't gonna work out for me. This is not the environment. This ain't gonna work out for me. Too many police and dogs and shit over. This shit crazy. I already know I'm in an environment that's not conducive to my lifestyle. It's just not gonna work. But I get to the apartment, so to speak, where my mom is, to where I end up living. And she said, hey, Rand, now this is a thing that we ain't never had a problem with growing up in the hood. Going downstairs to the playground. We ain't never had no problem with that. How Mama Birch? You can move me to Japan as I did go. The first place I'm going to go to, I'm going to the playground wherever I'm living because there's a basketball court there. So that's how I built my little friendship with a couple people. As soon as I get off the plane, get over there, get chalked in. I don't even have my bags packed yet. My bags aren't unpacked all the way yet. I go straight over to the basketball court in the neighborhood that I end up living in. Went to Hanau, Germany. Go to the basketball court, get to meet some people. I already got a couple people that I'm cool with, just meeting them there. And, we play ball. Basketball, put us together and, we get to know people, blah, 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 blah. My future is the 12th grade. My mother just trying to get me to graduate. I ain't talking about nothing. You know what got me to go to college first? Not my mom. She'll tell you. She can't now, but she know this to be the truth. My mother never talked to me about college. I didn't start talking about college until I got into a school that made college the conversation of the day. Like college was something that all my friends, when I got to this new school, it was an English first school in Europe. And when I first got in it, but I had to learn how to speak their language. I had to learn the language, but it was English first. You only get a year to learn the language. I get into school and I start meeting people, and different things are installed in them. Different things were installed in them. Speed the process up. I get into school. I start looking at school. I take school a little bit more serious because I'm around people that's taking school serious. They playing ball, scoring touchdowns, shooting jumpers, hitting home runs, and still getting good grades in school. So I had to somewhat match that energy. I did the same thing, Sierra. So this is what happened. A couple of my buddies was like, bro, we're going to Munich University. I'm like, Munich? Now I'm so heavy, I'm ready to get through the 12th grade so I can get my ass back home because I ain't seen Tico, Jazzy, Sean. I ain't seen none of my brothers in almost 3 years now. Couldn't really call. I know they thought I was in jail or in witness protection or some old shit. Sean knew I was gone, but we come from a world like gone for 2-3 years. I ain't heard from him. That nigga locked up. You know what I'm saying? But no, I wasn't. I was doing time, but I was doing good time. I'm over there not even understanding how great this is. The opportunity. So I get over there, get to the 12th grade. A couple of my little buddies talking about they going to Munich University. So I tell my mom I want to go to Munich University. Now, Munich University is free. That's another thing. Free college in Europe. Free college. Shit, if it's free, my mama all on board. Where I sign? Well, what I got to do to sign you up for that shit right there, man? So I get into Munich University. I leave and I'm away from home, away from my mother for a whole year. And I was able to do what some of those people were able to do, able to get an associate's degree in 1 year at Munich University. It was somewhat difficult to bring my credits, the full credit run, because I went over my credits. I went over an associate degree's credit, when I lined up back in the United States. So, but it was very difficult to get my, to get some of those credits rolled over into a, into a bachelor's program. But I was able to get some of it. It was no loss. I didn't pay for the school. So most cases, if you pay for school and those credits don't transfer over, you have to retake those classes that you already paid for. I didn't have to do that. So it wasn't that much of a loss financially, loss of time. So Sierra, to answer your question, if you're still here, I know it was a little long, but it's important that you know my path. It was an accident. I failed into going to those schools. There was a huge lesson in there, but I didn't learn the lesson till late. And I wish I can do it again, because there was a hell of a lot more opportunity there that I didn't take advantage of because my mind was swollen on nonsense. And that's how I think that's why I go so hard now, understanding what I know now. We're crippled. We're crippled as a people because we were born crippled. I hate to say it. I'm just going to tell you the truth. We're crippled to the point where we think that something that is beautiful and life-changing is not even for us. That's why y'all look up to white people so much. You hate them because of what they are and what they've been able to be able to do. And you think that everything that they have and everything that they do is based on off of them gaining off of you. It's not necessarily like that. I'm not suggesting that they haven't taken advantage. But I'm saying they haven't done us any worse or any different than, I mean, my travels have shown me that we are not the only people with this story. You understand what I'm saying? We're not the only people that's been enslaved by a country. We only know our story. We only know our history. And a lot of us don't even know it proper. The truth of the matter is, I wouldn't be who I am today without that journey of failure. And that same journey of failure, let's get into 2020s. That same journey of failure, I personally believe you can never be successful. There's no way you can ever be successful without a failure, without failing. I don't care if you turned 21 years old, never had any obligation, never had a bill in your life. You just moved out your mom and them house because you just hit the lottery for $1 million. You're not successful because you just won $1 million off of $1 ticket. You haven't been through enough. You haven't been through enough to even appreciate $1 million. Chances are you're going to do that money bad because you haven't failed enough. You haven't gone through enough tests. You haven't completed enough journey to even do things right. Now, that's not in all cases. Some cases you're going to have some people, she won $1 million with a lottery ticket, but she got a good family behind her. Her dad is this, her mom is that. And, they're going to make sure that she gets the best value out of her $1 million. In some cases, that may happen. I just used the lottery analogy just to break down that you can even come out winning and never took a loss. Chances are you're going to take a harder fall than you would have if you would have failed a few times before you got to the money. Sometimes the worst thing you can do is win too fast. Winning too fast could cost you everything. If you haven't been through the struggle, listen, easier to say than done, right, y'all? It's easier to sit back and tell somebody, especially a kid, they'll never understand that, baby, you got to fail. You got to fail. That you can never make a failure make sense to them. Their minds are not catered that way. They just, and it makes sense, right? It kind of makes sense because they're not us. They don't see see the world like we do. You tell a kid, hey man, you got to fail before you make it. That sounds stupid to them. But I bet us old heads truly understand what that means. You know what I'm saying? What it means to have to fail to succeed. I was going to bring up something today on a guy that I've been listening to. Well, I listened to his old videos. I've read 3 of his books. His name is Stokely Carmichael. He's an old head. Well, he's a guy from the 70s who talked a lot of, what's been put in our faces, Martin Luther King's and Malcolm X's and things of that nature. Now, y'all know I'm not trying to be mad or, we even get a holiday off on Monday for Martin Luther King. I'm not a Martin Luther King guy. That doesn't mean I don't like him. I'm a Malcolm X guy. Okay, Malcolm X pretty much pattern. I'm more of a Malcolm X guy than I am a Martin Luther King guy. And if you look at the 2 histories, you might understand why. That doesn't take anything away from Martin Luther King. It's just that Malcolm X is more of a his logic is more in my direction. And there's other people that I've studied over the years. Stokely Carmichael is one of them, and I really want to share some stuff with him, but it's too close. Share some things of him, but it's too close to the day that everyone's going to cherish and look up to Martin Luther King. So I don't want to be that guy. And then I may wait a few days after Martin Luther King's birthday and all that, and then I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit, but I only bring Mr. Carmichael up because some people help explain who I am, and then you'll understand why I say say the things that I say. It's not to be disrespectful. It's just a lot of us have different ways of getting our points across. Yeah. But a lot of things are about timing. A lot of things, a lot of, you can say some very powerful things, not necessarily me, just in general. I've seen it in the music industry. There's an album sitting on the shelf right now that we would think is dope, but a record label never put it out because they had a star already that was out hitting the charts and they didn't want to mess up the rhythm or the motion. Sabrina Calloway know how that go because she's in the industry. So I want to hold off on that. You feel me? I want to hold off on that because it's not always, you can't always, and I tell Twin this all the time, it's not always the right time to speak your truth or to speak something that's against or different of other people. And it's not necessarily what you say may not be against them. It just may not be the same conversation that everyone wants to have. So it might come off as being combative. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do that. But there was a book that I read, and it says a lot about what's going on right now in the world with us as us as people, our ideas being hijacked, how we need to kind of put more money and investment into our own property. I got this. I wanted to talk about it because of the City West issue in Cincinnati, Ohio. I watched I have one of those boxes, right, from Dave Ross. I highly recommend it. And I can watch any news in the country. This box is amazing because it allows me to watch Cincinnati news every day or Cincinnati television every day. Orlando, wherever in the world you want to watch the news, I can watch it. And Cincinnati is always going to be my hometown. But I'm watching this story about City West. And we've had some conversations here about City West, or, the sale of those 105 units. And this is what made me bring up Mr. Carmichael, because this is the type of stuff. This is why I talk about what I talk about when it comes down to, hey, it's not our neighborhood. We got elderly people. I heard a lady on the news who they interviewed said, this is my last place. This is the last place I ever wanted to be. Let me rephrase it. She was suggesting that this was her last apartment. She wanted to kind of just be here for the rest of her life. And I'm saying to myself, that's not how you really supposed to structure things. You're depending on you're depending on City West for your outcome to come the way you want it to come. I need my people to be more involved in our own destinies. You can't allow somebody to control how you eat, how you live, how you lay your head. And when you do that, I grew up listening to people around me talk about, they kicking us out of here. I've been hearing, come on, y'all, Mama Birch, we've been hearing they kicking us out of Laura Homes since 1975. When my family and me and my mother left Laura Homes in 81, had to be 81. I was 11 or some shit like that, 80, 81, 82. When I got up to the Fay Apartments, where's some of my Fay Apartment people at? What was they talking about when we was up there? Man, they about to, the Fay Apartments sliding off the hill. It ain't gonna be here forever. Well, it don't matter. They gonna take this property. They kicking us out of here. Every place we've ever gone. Now, I don't know where you live. You can live in Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Akron, Toledo. I don't know how it is where you've been, but I know every area that I've ever lived in that was public housing. I don't care if it was in Cincinnati, in Louisiana, New Orleans, wherever I went and was living in public housing, the talk was always the same. They're going to be kicking us out of here soon because they got them one people coming down here. This property is prime. They've been building stadiums in all these cities forever and building the value up in a community that we call ours, but we don't own. That just, to me, I sound an alarm. There has to be an alarm sounded when you see development in an area that you don't own. It's just a matter of time. They wasn't developing Laura Homes or around Laura Homes. Taft and Bloom and Porter was always the same. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do shit, but maybe add an extra bus stop. Okay, they never brought in apartments or was redoing homes around that area. It was never any massive development. Hell, they wouldn't even work on Union Terminal. It was falling apart. But now when they really start putting major investment into these neighborhoods that we call black neighborhoods, our communities, a red flag should come up when the people that claim the set don't own the set. You got to pay attention to who actually the investment is for. So when they start it was well before TQL Stadium that hit, the soccer stadium. These investments was coming in when they had been 20 years before that apartment before TQL went up. They had already converted over the Rhine into somewhat of a district. There was a lot more white folks that was living around Findlay Market, walking to Findlay Market. They were repaving and adding parking lots. They were doing a whole lot of stuff. The writing was on the wall. It was on the wall. I mean, more so than it was when we were coming up and they was just talking that shit. You couldn't tell because there was no development going on. Soon as the development starts, now you're outpriced. The sad thing is I watched that interview with that lady. They're interviewing people from City West, and these people feel like, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because I know no one else will. How do you feel like someone's taking something from you that you don't own? Let me ask you something. If you go rent a car at Hertz, and it's a nice car, it's the type of car you've always wanted. I just rented a Cadillac. It's $300 a week. Y'all know I'm just making numbers up. $300 a week. I'm going to keep this mug. I'm going to use my stimulus check. I'm going to keep this sucker for a whole month, and I'm going to give him that $1,200. Now, when you go take that car back and they have your $1,200 for the month, you're not going to say, man, they took my car. They took my car away from me. I don't know what I'm going to do without my Cadillac. They just took my Cadillac. Now I got to go get me something different. It was never yours. You just had the money to be able to use what they have and say it was yours for 30 days. Some people had that same situation that's been going on for 30 years. It was never yours. So do you know how silly it sounds when someone says they taking my apartment away from me? They doing this away. It's not like they putting you out on the curb. They giving you the means. They doing more for you now than the car dealership place. The car Hertz ain't about to give. Okay, look, Wyatt, I know you had our car for a month and you paid us $1,200. What we're gonna do is we're gonna now give you this little Kia Soul, and we're gonna put you in that for free. They ain't doing that. If I can give City West the benefit of the doubt, them and CMHA, at least they're taking their car back and giving you a lesser car for no money. Some of them will probably end up with a bigger car than the Cadillac, meaning a bigger apartment than they had downtown. The truth of the matter is we got to get out of this mentality of free shit is really ours, because it's not. Free shit is not yours. Free shit, it depends. It belongs to the people that's actually paying for it. And they have every right to do what they want to do with their shit. And then we become victim because now we feel like our free shit is being taken away from us. And I was going to stay in this free shit forever. That was my plan. Well, your plans don't work when someone else owns it. How long did you plan on keeping that Cadillac for $300 a week? Till the money run out, right? So now you mad, or you're not mad because they took that Cadillac from you that you're not paying for anymore, and they ended up selling it at the auction for $56,000. They sold your car. I know. Hard conversation to have. It's not so hard to have that conversation when you're Marvin from Ollie Strott. When you have that type of property, somebody taught Marvin something. I'm going to say it was a combination of his knowledge and luck. You would think someone taught me. No one necessarily taught me. Maybe maybe he knew from his own experience of watching other things, sort of like what I did. I own property right there where they building, baby. Ollie not the only one getting offers. I never should have said that. All I'm saying to you is we got to figure out a new way to think about what we're talking about. We got to figure out, and I got the solution if y'all really want to hear it. A lot of people don't want to really hear it because it's almost out of reach for some people because they don't know how to get there. They don't know. They can hear you and they can hear you talk, but they don't know how to get there. So they'll discredit you. Ross said the sad reality is some people never plan to get off government assistance. That's what it was put in place for in the first place. Roz, it's not math. It's not algebra. Excuse me. I'll make it harder than algebra. It's not trigonometry. It's not trigonometry. Hell, think about it, brother. If someone was letting you drive if you've been in a new car every 3 years since 2010, would you ever, and here it is 2026, and they ain't never said shit to you. You got a brand new car every 3 years from the Sweeney Group. Nobody ever asked you for a dime. It's 2026 and they're about to deliver your 2026 Ford Focus or whatever. I don't give a damn what it is. Ford Mercury, whatever. I don't know. They bringing you a 2026 Kia. It's scheduled to be here next week based on how you normally get it. And they say that you get a phone call and they say, hey, you're supposed to get a new car in 6 months. We understand you're supposed to get this new car in 6 months, but we decided to end that program. We decided to do something different. You mad at him? You mad at him? You've been in a new car since 2010. You've never had to pay them anything because they just supplied you the car. Whatever program it is, the program is ending now. Did you ever save up to get a car? Was you getting your own car? Why you need a car? You have theirs. What's the point in even saving up to get a car? Why would you even feel like you need to go finance a car of your own? Why would you go save up and go to a car lot and get a car? They've been giving you one. You're not even focused on how to get your own car. How to get your own car don't even enter your way of thinking. You've been settled the way you settle. The car you driving for free might not even be the car you like. You've been driving a car the wrong color. It's not the right size. It's too small. It's this. It get broken into all the time. All of those shit. Every reason to go get your own shit, but you never do because the one that you have now is free. So why should I go get my own? It's a mindset. I can't leave us off like that though, because everyone's mind is not set like that. One of the ladies that I actually seen, and I'm going to say this, and I mean this sincerely. One of the ladies that I actually seen in the interview from the City West situation, she seemed to be on the spectrum. Seriously. Like, I don't mean that in a joking way. She didn't seem to have, she wasn't at full. Yeah, she was on the spectrum. And I feel like those are the people that really need those services. I get it when we there, but there's a lot of people that had capacity to be able to go out and align themselves up. Remember to be honest with you, some of them are the people that was getting the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in income tax money. Haven't saved a dime up to be able to get an acre of land of their own. Let me prove it to you. Knew a young lady, had a few kids that she can write off on taxes, and all she knew, they learned the system. They learned the bare minimum of how to get the maximum out of their situation. Don't that sound crazy? I promise you, this young lady knew exactly how many hours to be able to work before all of her benefits, all of her stuff would get cut off. You can't work so many hours. You can't make so much money. And she knew how to make just as much. She would go out to like Amazon or one of those places and work at the factory 20 hours a week. And knew how to cut it off where the benefits and, the health care, and knew how to stay in that tax bracket where she would claim her 4 kids and still get $6,000. knew how to do that. I'm not suggesting that she put the formula together, but there's people out there that teach people how to do it. And guess who it probably is? And I'm saying probably because I know there's I know personally of some people that know how to do those calculations for those folks. I know a young lady that almost went to jail for doing that shit for people, and she was stealing their money, putting kids on their tax returns, doing all that old shit we never talk about. We never talk about what's really going on out here. We only talk about what's happening to us. We're not talking about the shit that we actually doing. We talk about what happens to us. But anyway, this young lady knew how to manipulate the system and get all that money at the end. And there's several people doing it. Tax places are one of those people that teach people how to do the bare minimum and maximize those situations. You know why? Because they know that your ass going to have a $6,000 tax check, and they know that you're going to sign over 2,000 of it just to get 4,000 right now. So I'm going to teach your ass how to come back every year. And we're going to do this over and over again. And I'm going to show you how to go to Amazon for 17 and a half hours a week to stay under the income. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a mean one, but it's real. It's 3:30. I got to get out of here. I spent an hour longer, 45 minutes longer than I'm supposed to, because I got a flight tonight. Peace and love to everybody. Have a great weekend. See you guys right back here next week on Wyatt Live. I'll keep you posted about Monday. Enjoy your weekend.
Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Ever told on a nigga? Nope. Ever squeezed the trigger? Yeah. Ever set a nigga up? No. Ever helped a brother out when he was down on his luck? You a sap? No. You a boss player? You a Mac? Yeah. Let me hold a couple dollars. No. Y'all still be popping y'all collars? Yeah. Stock rims on the scrape? No. Paint wetter than a lake? Yeah. Poodle in my blood? No. Bitch, I'm a thug? Yeah. You a loser? No. Winner? Yeah. Starving? No. Dinner? Yeah. You still sell dope? No. Now you cleaner than a bar Dove soap? Yeah. Got a little Gouda? No. Got a thumper, got a Ruger? Yeah. You in love with the hoe? No. She bringing you the dough? Yeah. You gon' cry if she leave? No. You gon' fly overseas? Yeah. Everybody got choices. I choose to get money, I'm stuck to this bread. Everybody got choices. These bitches is choosing, I'm all in their head. Everybody got choices. Keep it 1,000 out of the life that I chose. Everybody got choices. These niggas be hating, I already know, but I never go broke. No, no, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah. And I ain't gotta sell my soul. No, no, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you broke, you ain't like me. No, no, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah. I give a fuck if you don't like me. No, no, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lazy? No. Got dick that'll drive a hoe crazy? Yeah. Hater? No. Wanna see a player get paper? Yeah. Traitor? No. Loyal to my soil, not a faker? Yeah. Sleep? No. Bust moves, hella active in the streets? Yeah. Scared of the dark? No. Have money, have heart? Yeah. Narc? No. Shark? Yeah. Gossip like a brawl? No. Check a bitch like a smog? Yeah. Slipping? No. Tripping? Yeah. Sober as a gopher? No. Hide in a roller coaster? Yeah. Star Wars? No. Yoda? Yeah. Never leave the house without my strap? No. Shoot a motherfucker in his nap? Yeah. Never been a sucker or a pussy? No. Blowing cookie, never coughing like a rookie? Yeah. Everybody got choices. I choose to get money, I'm stuck to this bread. Everybody got choices. These bitches is choosing, I'm all in their head. Everybody got choices. Keep Keep it 1,000 out of the life that I chose.
Everybody got choices.
These niggas be hating, I already know, but I never go broke.
No, no,
I'ma
no.
stay getting money,
Yeah, yeah.
and I ain't gotta sell my soul.
No, no,
I'ma
no.
stay getting money,
Yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
broke, you ain't like me.
No, no,
I'ma
no.
stay getting money,
Yeah, yeah,
I give a
yeah.
fuck if you don't like me.
No, no, no.
I'ma stay getting money,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was it love at first sight?
No,
Did she ride you like a bike?
yeah,
Was it ripe?
no,
Was her pussy tight?
yeah,
Got some property?
no,
Drive a Maserati?
yeah,
You softer than a sock?
no,
You solid as a rock?
yeah,
Slow?
no,
Train to go?
yeah,
Your team weak?
no,
You respected in the street knee?
yeah,
Shallow?
no,
Didn't need?
yeah,
Broke?
no,
Chin knee?
yeah,
Not a BB or a pellet gun,
no,
but a long barrel bass drum.
yeah,
If I get into it, won't run.
no,
I'ma give a nigga a fair run.
yeah,
Still live in the track?
no,
You ever go back?
yeah,
Wear a wire and a camera?
no,
Ears to the scanner?
yeah. Everybody got choices.
I choose to get money, I'm stuck to this bread.
Everybody got choices.
These bitches is choosing, I'm all in their head.
Everybody got choices.
Keep it 1,000 out of the life that I chose.
Everybody got choices.
These niggas be hating, I already know, but I never go broke.
No, no, no.
I'ma stay getting money,
Yeah, yeah,
and I ain't gotta sell my soul.
no, no,
I'ma
no.
stay getting money,
Yeah,